Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Well, those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Pass to Neesmith. Here's Turner. Off target from three-point range. Here's Rollins. And here is Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. And here's Lopez from the arc. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit.
And when I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo, Coach was full of admiration, saying it's always going to be difficult when you're playing Giannis. Not only is he one of the best players this league has, but he's also a fierce competitor. Guys, it sounds like he knows what he's up against.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And here's Siakam for 3. And Indiana misses again. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and the dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Puts up a deep 3. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Oh, he just jams it right over Miles Turner.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Well, Brent, although he hasn't won an MVP since 2020, Giannis has been a finalist every season.
Well, B.A., I just wonder if the voter fatigue is something that Giannis is tired of. Forget the voters. Maybe he just wants to focus on getting back to that level. Obviously, in the past couple seasons, you could say that he might have deserved one more, but this is one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's not going anywhere.
Here's Kuzma. Indiana with a rebound. Halliburton looking for an opening. Outside Neesmith. To the paint. Outside for Halliburton. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Standing 6'5", Halliburton, one of those longer, lanky guards that can get out there and use his size to disrupt.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6. Pass to Rollins. Over to the left wing. No good from outside.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
And then Siakam with the jam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home. Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut. It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Pass to Turner. Siakam looking it over. Here's Nembhard. Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Rollins. The three from Prince. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
It's stolen. To the middle. Here's Prince. Banked it in off the glass.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Pacers trail by 6. Pass to Turner. Up top, Nesmith. Outside for Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. And then Turner with the dunk.
Too easy for Turner. The defense has to put up more of a fight around the rim.
Here's Prince. Kuzma, left side. Here's Rollins. Shot from 12. Kept alive. Second chance shot. And Lopez finishes it off.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Halliburton. Rejected by Lopez. Inside. And they'll get another chance. Pacers trail by 6. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul. First team.
Halliburton, the guy you just continue to see grow game by game. An exceptional talent, a great mind.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Halliburton. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Pass to Rollins. Cuts off the pass. Tipped. Here's Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Turner. Oh, a terrific move by Giannis to score.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Halliburton on the wing. And he makes it on the layup. Halliburton's got 6.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Knocks down the triple. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Nembhard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Antetokounmpo with it. Siakam covering. To the inside. Here's Porter. Here's Rollins. Out left to the wing. Pass to Kuzma. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. In transition, here come the Pacers.
Good ball pressure and fast plays like that will tighten this up quick.
Kuzma with the ball. Lopez for 3. Pacers with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Outside for McConnell. There's a screen by Toppin. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Mathurin. Off the left rim and out. The Bucks leading by 5. Pass to Porter. Trent outside. Lopez, the screen. Inside. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Knowing his role, setting a good pick, and getting into a good spot for that attempt. Lopez, such a smart player.
Here's McConnell. And he drives in. And they're running. Pass to Lopez. Outside Porter. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
For 3.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
Siakam.
At the line.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
2 shots.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Now here's Porter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by McConnell. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Back to Porter. Portis the screen. Pass to Prince. The 3 is up. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
3.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Trent outside. Shoots over Shepherd. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Here's Porter. Back to the basket by Indiana on the other end. Trent on the wing. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's McConnell. Finished off the break.
Pretty fundamental play there from Obi Toppin, getting it to the wide open shooter.
Trent outside. Pass to Lopez. Back to Trent. Launches it. And Toppin pulls it down. The 3, Mathurin. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline.
Your Pacers.
And so it's Milwaukee closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team.